I'm Stephen Venom Page. If you guys like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this to all your friends. And I have some special guests with me today. I have Dane and Amy Rissazabal from Gima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be here.
Yeah, thank you. So people know at home about you guys. There's been a lot of history with you guys, with me, and especially you guys with the martial arts in the region and the area. So like Amy, tell me a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into Dane.
Sweet.
So go ahead.
So my background, I actually started, I did like a month of Kempo, but that doesn't count. I did like 3.5 years of Krav Maga, maybe 4.
Okay.
So I started at Unified Krav Maga with Joseph Gleed and Jed Marie, and it really got me into martial arts. And I feel like Krav is kind of this like taboo subject in martial arts because people don't understand it, but I really love it as a martial arts system, and it gives you a little bit of everything anyway. So then I met Dane through Unified Krav Maga and got more into Muay Thai. Really wanted to take some kickboxing fights, but MMA kind of came up first, and so here we are.
Okay. And so with that being said, so you are a fighter. Not a lot of people know this, but you are a fighter. You fight
I use the term fighter
loosely, but you are a martial artist. So you fight MMA.
Yes.
What's your record?
My record's 1-1.
1-1. What about your so the people at home can know what do you consider yourself as a fighter? Just a mixed martial artist, like?
Yeah, just a mixed martial artist.
All-rounder, well-rounded.
Yeah, all-rounder.
And when did you start fighting? Like
I
actually?
started fighting a year ago, almost to the day.
Almost.
Oh wait, no. I started fighting a year ago in October.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So and already 2 fights, and that's really hard for a female.
It is hard for a female, especially a female 105er. Like, I'm an atom weight, and so I think it's a little harder, and I'm an atom weight that doesn't cut.
An underweight atom
I'm an underweight atom weight.
Yeah, you're an under.
A natural 95er.
Yeah, I could
so,
find it at a 95.
Fin weight. We should call it fin weight, like seriously, or like anyway, or teeny weight. So with that, like, with your last fight, I was obviously there. Kind of tell the people that are watching. Tell us like what your last fight was like.
My last fight was really fun. I lost it.
Yeah.
But I mean, my opponent was so cool and so awesome, and it was a great experience. I fought for Fierce. Fierce is an amazing promotion. I mean, Cody. We love Cody. I look back at that fight. It's not a fight I got hurt in. It's not. I mean, Tamika punches hard, but it's not when I came away hurting.
Yes.
And it was just a fun fight. So I had fun. I got out wrestled. She's a really amazing wrestler, and I mean,
props to her. She did great.
Yeah. Tamika's awesome. So it was a fun time.
So now moving on to you, Dane.
Oh man.
So the people at home, you, like me I consider you an OG, and for people that know at home, an OG is for me is an original guy. Like, he's one of the original guys of mixed martial arts, and especially Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the Utah state, in the Utah area, and in the Northwest region. So tell us a little bit about you, like, and your background, your history.
Sure. Well, I started out in traditional martial arts when I was a kid, Taekwondo and Hapkido, and I always really wanted to train with Pedro, and my mom actually started driving me all the way up to Pedro's Academy in Sandy when I was like 14.
And that's Pedro Sauer, right?
Pedro Sauer, yeah. So I was only able to train there like once a week because didn't have my license. Mom was driving me an hour away, but I got that exposure to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and so. Right as I was turning 16 and getting my license, a really good friend of mine, Paul Gardner, opened up an affiliate school, Pedro Sauer, right by my house. So
perfect.
I was there morning to night. I was there all the time. Paul's a great friend of mine to this day. I've known him more than half my life now.
Wow.
And, and then Pedro opened a gym in Orem. I started driving up to Orem, doing some time down with Paul, some time up with Pedro in Orem, and got a ton of time in with Pedro. Eventually, Pedro moved away. I kept training with what has now become Unified.
Okay.
Trained with them forever. Got introduced to Griffin Reno as Throwdown was opening up.
Okay.
Later, the Pit.
Yeah, the Pit.
Elevated. And I had no interest in fighting at the time. I just wanted to do jiu-jitsu, and he told me, well, you got to take at least 10 fights before you decide whether or not you want to fight. So
Okay.
Started training with him, started fighting, fought out of the Pit, met Court, Ramsey, Seiler, Trevor Millen,
And
so many great fighters out of that gym.
So with the Pit, like that was this like the third affiliation of the Pit? Like how many, or was this like
the Pit has a lot of affiliations.
But when you were there with what was the Pit Elevated, right?
Yeah, so it was originally Throwdown.
Yes.
And then we changed owners, and Court was just getting off the Ultimate Fighter at that time, and he had gotten hooked up with John Hackelman.
Okay.
So we started looking into becoming a Pit affiliate. Eventually, obviously, became the Pit Elevated.
Okay.
And then I had an opportunity to actually move to San Luis Obispo County, Arroyo Grande, and live on the Pit compound with John, and teach out of his gym. I taught at the Pit headquarters, lived on the Pit compound, trained with John Hackelman full time. It was kind of like the Karate Kid time of my life.
Okay.
So John would just knock on my door in the morning and torture me, make me push weighted wheelbarrows up his driveway and hit mitts, and it was awesome. So, what's that? Yeah, and we're looking at being a Pit affiliate here as well.
What?
So
No.
yeah,
Really?
talked to John about that some.
Yes.
And he's on
Just
board.
not
So
officially, yeah.
not
But we're-
official yet.
but we're
But yeah, we love John, and I wanna represent
We love the Pit Salt Lake.
stuff he's taught us, and
Yeah.
the Pit Salt Lake. We just love Ramsey so much, and all the guys out of there. So they've been really, really good to us.
And hopefully on like a later episode, I want to get you and a couple other people that know John really well, and we're gonna have a little history and talk about John and in Utah and.
we need to get Hack out here.
Yeah,
He can talk for himself.
Yeah, we need to get Hackman. See, for me, I've always wanted to meet John Hackman. I think he's like a legend, like considered one of the best martial arts MMA coaches in the world.
Absolutely.
And like I consider myself like a third generation Pit guy because I train underneath you and Court and Ramsey. So it's like I consider myself like a third or second generation Pit guy. So
That's pretty incredible.
So with you two, how did the whole you guys meet together? Like how did that come together?
I was teaching at the Krav Maga gym. I was teaching I think I was teaching one class a week there because I wanted to get a little bit of jiu-jitsu, So she was a Krav Maga student, so I try not to date students. I had that rule, but I broke the rule, and now we're married. So
Yeah. So who took the first step? Was it
it
Amy
was
or
definitely me. She wasn't interested at all.
Sure.
No interest. No interest on her side.
Sure.
I'm not the smartest sometimes, but it worked out.
So now a lot of people. So you're a second degree black belt or
Second degree black belt with Pedro Sauer.
with Pedro Sauer. You're a high level competitor in jiu-jitsu. Like you've competed in.
I don't know if I can say that anymore.
Oh, you are.
It's
you
been
are.
a while.
You are. But also you're also a 5-2 pro.
6-2.
Oh, is it 6-2? 6-2.
I have a fight that's not. Well, I have a fight that didn't make it onto
Onto
Dogs.
on the Share Dogs or
Yeah.
MMA. Yeah.
But it was a tough fight, so I'm counting it.
Yeah.
Who was
So
it against?
I don't remember. I'd have to look.
yeah. So obviously we've talked this. You're probably done with mixed martial arts.
Probably, yeah. I think about coming back every now and then, but I think I am definitely transitioning more into a coaching role and competitive grappling role.
Okay. So we also we're here in beautiful Provo, Utah. So we're in Provo, Utah, and we're at your guys' gym, Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. You gotta tell the viewers, gotta tell me, how did this how did you guys go from being students, I know you were a coach, when I first met you, you were a coach at Wasatch Combat Sports, and then at the Pit, Salt Lake City. And now, what made the transition to being your own gym owner?
We've always wanted to own our own gym, and we've, that's been a dream of both of ours for a long time. So, but we love Wasatch, we love the Pit, great people at those gyms, and we enjoyed training there and coaching there at both places, but we just had an amazing opportunity that we couldn't refuse, and it was time. Now or never. It's time to act on an opportunity. So
so far, like how's been the reception towards you guys being here? Because what I've realized with being so deep in the martial arts, Provo was this kind of like black hole where there's nothing really here. Yeah. There's stuff in Spanish Fork, there's stuff in Orem, but there was nothing here. So you guys actually have the market, like perfect.
I feel like MMA is a bit of you bring MMA to Provo and it's a bit taboo. You know what I mean? It's kind of like.
And why is that? What do you think that is?
Because
is it because of the college? Is it because of the college with BYU being here?
Well, I know that they don't allow.
Very conservative. They don't allow MMA here, so. Like a competition, the city does not allow MMA fighting.
Oh, in Nashville city premises.
To be fair, first and foremost, we're a jiu-jitsu academy.
Okay.
That happens to have high-level MMA instruction. So, I mean, first and foremost, jiu-jitsu academy, but not a bad place to be if you want to train mixed martial arts either.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and so like for my gym, Victory Training Academy, which you're also my black belt up there, and you're our black belt, and. For us, it's kind of the same thing. Like we've noticed that jiu-jitsu is kind of taboo, or not jiu-jitsu, but MMA is kind of taboo. But we've also because we're in such a conservative town the same way.
Yeah.
So for us, like I've had to say, well, we teach kickboxing, we teach jiu-jitsu, we teach wrestling, but for MMA or for that. So it makes it like. Oh, we're still teaching it, but...
I mean, you're not coming in and doing full-on MMA fights and getting hurt, and it's just not like that.
I think all those sports individually, nobody really has a problem with, but you put them together...
Say the words MMA and all of a sudden...
Yeah, everybody starts losing their bloody mind, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, no.
But it's been fun.
But I didn't know that. I did not know that Provo does not allow MMA competitions or fights, so... That's
city ordinance.
That's city ordinance. Well, and I know that was kind of the same way with Logan, Utah, up by where I live. It was the same way. Inside the city, you were not allowed to. So that's why they would always go like with the ice center. With the Eccles Ice Center, it's technically not. It's in North Logan.
Know that.
Yeah, it's North
Logan. Out of town.
It's just a hair out of town. Okay. And then when I fought my kickbox fight and my MMA fight, we were actually technically on the county fairgrounds, so it was actually owned by the county and not even
smart. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. I see what Mountain Force is doing.
Yeah, Mountain Force is doing. It was kind of smart with that sense. So, so it might be possible here, but we'll see.
I don't think we're looking at being promoted.
Yeah, no. I know how that. I've kind of gone through a rough shit with that. So, who kind of gave you guys the idea to do this? I know you guys had the
Pedro.
But it was Pedro.
Pedro had a great opportunity for us. He knew some people who could, who had, a space for us and wanted to bring jiu-jitsu to Provo and wanted to bring jiu-jitsu specifically to the Provo Mall. So that's the opportunity, and it came straight from my instructor. And obviously, I have a huge amount of respect for Pedro.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Incredible, and he's done a lot for me, and when he brings something to me, I'm gonna listen. So
and you've told me this story, and so the people know that are watching this, you actually slept on Pedro's couch.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I was at John's, but not.
Was that at John's? Okay, that was John's. Okay, I thought you slept on Pedro's couch.
No, never did.
Pretty close to it though.
We were at his house a lot though, right? Growing up.
Spaghetti. My friend Spaghetti Dave Bancroft lived with him, and so.
Oh, okay.
I was over there at Spaghetti's. And
oh, wow. That's crazy. So, what's the future for each of you individually, like, in martial arts? And as a business owners, like, what's the future hold for you guys? Like, what's your aspirations? Like, I know we've talked about this a lot. You want to fight again.
I'd love to fight.
So what's the plan?
I'd love to fight soon. But I'd like to get some kickboxing fights as well. I think that's really fun. And
don't fight me. I don't want my head to get taken off.
Gosh. But I don't know. I mean, my role's really transitioned in that I own a business now.
Yeah.
And So we'll
It's harder.
see.
It's harder.
It's harder, and also I'm having an internal struggle about the weight. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'd love to fight again. I hope to, but we'll see.
Well, even though your nickname is Moose,
Yes.
Moose.
Moose.
I call you the little assassin.
Yeah.
Because you're a little firecracker. The first time I saw you fight, I was like, get Amy off of that girl or she's going to hurt her. And then your second fight, it was so technical and methodical. Like it was like a complete 180 of like how like you went from being this like I'm gonna like rabid animal
Well, it
to
wasn't a stand-up fight, so
yeah,
it changes.
But still, I mean, your evolution of a fighter, like I've seen in the last year and a half, is phenomenal.
I'd love to fight again. It's just kind of about, it's just that internal battle of the weight.
Okay.
So we'll see. I mean, I want to. I'm hoping for October.
Okay.
But
And that'll be at 105.
105.
Yeah. And
I'd love to find a catch weight 100 or 95. It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna
So, I mean.
So that's short term. Long term, wanting to go pro,
I'd
obviously.
love to go pro. If so, I would definitely have to like put on some muscle, gain some weight, and
She-Hulk.
yeah, kind of She-Hulk up. So
She-Hulk up.
that's where the battle comes. Is like I think at amateur you can get away with that for like a decent amount of time,
Yeah.
and then you start looking at pro and it becomes more of a like okay, people are cutting.
Yeah,
Cutting.
really cutting.
Really cutting.
Yeah.
Not like I cut 3 pounds for my last fights for some reason. Like I never wake up that heavy, and I did that day. But like people are cutting in the pros. Like, don't you agree?
Yeah.
We've talked about trying to maybe find a hookup in Japan, get her on some shows out there where
Yeah.
we can fight at 95.
5, yeah, because I know they have
Actually
because I know out there they have a 95 even like I know further west or like even in California you could find fights out like that, but it's real
Okay.
it's rare.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And
Small pool of
And then it's hard to
athletes.
find a comparative. Like, okay, is it a good fight? Like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
like,
and that's where coaches and managers
Yeah.
and everything come in. So now what about you, Dane? Like I know we've talked about you want to do there's some big tournaments coming up with jiu-jitsu.
I'd like to transition into like a MMA coach, and I'd like to still compete in competitive grappling. And
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever compete in a gi again. Honestly, the sport's just kind of evolved past me, and it doesn't really jive with my style. I love training in a gi.
Yeah.
But as far as like sitting through on brown boloses and doing that stuff, like it's just not really my style. I really love submission grappling though. No gi competition. So now that I'm grappling and I have a gym and I'm able to train and I'm not working a full-time job, we'll see what happens with that. But my more long-term goal is I really want to help some MMA athletes achieve their goals, and obviously jiu-jitsu athletes as well.
Pick me.
All right,
pick
you're
me.
in. But I just want to be known as a coach that can take people places, that can build an athlete, and take them to the big shows. So
Yeah, well, because I mean, not a lot of people knows about you. Like your teammates, Steven Seiler, Ramsey Nugent, Court McGee. Obviously, Court's still in the UFC, but Ramsey and Seiler are still in
both in PFL.
in the PFL. But you, not a lot of people knows about you. You've told me this, and I've only met like 2 or 3 people besides your teammates that have told me that you were right there. You went to the tough tryouts. You went to the Ultimate Fighter tryouts. You did. You were right there at the edge of the UFC. So you have that experience of getting to that big.
I mean, you can always say a near miss, but you never know how close you really were, or how you would have done. And you can always sit back and say what if, but I feel like I was good. I feel like I was great in the room.
He's lying. He's great overall.
No, I feel like I was decent, but
Stop being so humble.
but
Martial artists.
maybe I didn't have that opportunity for a reason. I don't know if it was a blessing or a curse. I don't know if the life of a pro fighter fits me exactly.
Exactly.
I'm a little bit more introverted and
Yeah, I'm surprised you're actually making it through this interview.
he's very shy. Not a lot of people who know him well don't know this, but he's very shy.
Yeah, I know you're very shy, but luckily we can open you up, crack that egg. But the thing that's cool is like you're going to be able to give that opportunity to people.
Yeah.
And having the gym here is going to be great for you guys. So
It's a lot of fun.
it's a lot of fun.
It's been very rewarding already.
Yeah. What's demographically like? Are you guys getting like a really good what's your guys' input with like the people? Like, are you guys getting along?
I think initially we had a lot of people that were in Provo that, I mean, they were belted, they're good people, they had been looking for a spot.
Yes.
And so, like, initially, like, I think that
That's kind of the surprise is
Yeah,
we're
that's the
starting off
surprise.
with like a decent base of experience. We have a lot of purple
Yeah,
belts,
it's
some
cool.
brown belts, a lot of blue belts. And so, most new gyms, it takes a long time to
Yeah.
build up to that. But I feel like there was just like a lot of people who have kind of been in, like you were talking about, in this whole of Provo where they were kind of between gyms or driving a long
Yeah.
ways to somewhere. So we kind of picked up a lot of people right off the bat, and then just getting lucky. I mean, we have like, we have a kid who just moved from Texas, and he's a purple belt. And,
Dexter's
he's awesome.
good. He's
So-
good.
Yeah.
He's a good.
Yeah, we have a lot of good dudes though
Yeah.
on the mat. So, I was kind of looking at this like, man, it's gonna take a long time to build to the point where I can actually jump in and get my workout with these
Yeah.
guys. I'm going to be starting with white belts. It's going to take a couple years to build them up, but man, I can already jump on the mat and get a great workout and
Well,
really
and I think
challenge
one thing
myself,
that's
so.
like very nice is I'm a small girl.
Yes.
And other small girls that come in here, I feel comfortable being like, go with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is so.
Everyone has control.
Everyone's so controlled and so great.
That's
like,
something we stress, and I think it's just part of it's luck with the people we've
some
had
part of it's
come
like, but
in.
it's great. Like,
But we've tried to cultivate that culture as well.
I have like a really personal interest in the girls that come in, making sure they have a good experience, and like I feel so confident with everyone on the mat right now.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So we're about to wrap things up here. So just real quick, just so that people know that are watching that are interested in doing martial arts, where are you guys located at? What's a way to contact you? Like, what's the best way? So tell the viewers.
Well, go to our website at Agema, AGEMA, MMA.com. So AgemaMMA.com. You can see our schedule on there. Read a little bit about us.
Go to our Instagram, Agema Jiu-Jitsu. That's usually it's the age of technology. It's the best way to get in contact with
Yeah,
us.
social media is amazing.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
Just Agema
Or just
Jiu-Jitsu.
drop by the gym, Provo Mall, Provo Town Center Mall.
all right.
We're upstairs.
We're upstairs. All right, cool. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, we will be seeing more of Dane and Amy actually, because not only will you guys be seeing me here training with them on videos and stuff, but you'll also see them on the channel more because Dane is actually going to be helping us with a thing. And we're going to be, so for our next episode that you guys will be seeing, we're going to be doing a thing, introducing a new section and series called the Art of Fighting Quick Tip Clips. And Dane's going to be helping me out with it. He's going to be kind of beating me up, and we're going to just be introducing basic jiu-jitsu, MMA, wrestling, kickboxing, taekwondo, every kind of clips, just to help anybody out there that wants to know, and also to spread the word of Agema Jiu-Jitsu and MMA and other places. So can't wait to have you guys back on. I know we're going to be filming
Yes,
again soon,
thanks.
so I can't wait.
I
So
appreciate being on.
Thanks for having us.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
I'm glad I could have you guys on as being our inaugural interview and guest. I'm glad I got to
Oh,
interview you
cool.
guys.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that. That's pretty
you're
cool.
our first one, so
Those specials.
yep, Phil Special, first and only. Yes, if you ain't first, you're last. So thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. I've been here, guys, for the last 3 days. It's gonna be 4 days. Training a little bit with you guys. I can't really do a whole lot, but I train, helping out when you guys need me to.
Appreciate it.
So glad I could be here, and we'll see you guys. We'll hopefully see you guys on the next episode,
Awesome.
and we want to have you back more and more and more because I love having you guys. So for myself, Stephen Bennett Page, Mr. Dangerous Dane Aristizabal. Dangerous Dane. Miss the beautiful Mrs. Aristizabal. But Stephen Bennett Page here, signing off. Never quit, never surrender, always keep fighting. Have a good day. Bye.